everyone, welcome back to Danielle's Decor. Today I am in my bedroom and we are working on my bedroom tree. As you can see behind me, I bought a flock tree from Walmart. This is not the pencil tree, it's a wider one. I believe the number was T38. I'm not positive, but I'll check and put the description down in the bottom. I already got it fluffed out. It was pre-lit, so it already had all the lights on it, and I sprayed it with Aquanet to keep the flocking from falling off. I did make 3 funky bows to go on it. I still need to make another one to kind of go on the back side because I wanted bows to go all the way around. Sorry. I picked up some of this ribbon right here from Trees and Trends the other day, and this is what I'm using for my bow. So I'm going to be putting that in the bows on the top, and then I bought 4 of these, and I'm going to be running this ribbon kind of down and through the tree like that. While I was at Trees and Trends, I picked up another set of the blinky lights. Going blurry again. I picked up another set of the blinky lights, or the twinkle lights from Trees and Trends, and I just got a smaller one. There was only 570 on there, and it was like $20 for the set, but it was only 18 feet long. So as you can see, it did not go, all through my tree. It's just kind of swirled around. Just a little bit extra light, a little bit of movement on my tree. So I didn't really want to spend, another $70 on a big strand. But I just wanted it to give it a little bit something extra on there. So I have a few things sitting over here that I'm going to be using in the tree. I picked up 4 of these picks like this, just kind of with the twigs and the snowflakes. So I have 4, and these are going to be my tree toppers. In my bedroom, I like to go with more of like the woodsy feel, more of the natural. There's a lot of the browns and the natural elements in furs, things like that. I usually keep that in here. Golds, I do a lot of golds in here. So that's how this tree is going to be looking. And then I have 3 of these that I hauled last week from Trees and Trends. So I'm going to be using those. And then I have some of these little frosted berries like that. And I have 4 of those that I'm going to be using. Now all those things right there, oops, I'm kicking ornaments down here on the floor. All those right there are going to be up in my tree topper. So I'm going to scoot you guys a little bit closer, and I'm going to hop up on this step stool, and we're going to get to work on this topper. I'm going to start with that, and then we'll go through and we'll dress the tree. Be right back. Now that we're up here, I'm going to start with these, and I've kind of fluffed them so that they're leaning more forward and the back is kind of flat because of how I'm going to be stacking them in the tree. And I'm going to wedge it right along the trunk line of this tree, or the center of the tree. So I'm going to put one facing forward, and I'm going to face it to all 4 sides. But they're tangled. Oh. That's the hardest part about messing with these things, is when they get tangled, trying to get them untangled. So this one, we're going to go in on this side, and I'm just going to wedge that one down right there. And I'm going to put one to the back. Now this tree is only a 6.5 foot tree, and I have low ceilings in the house, so I went ahead and went with that one. That way I could get away with a taller tree topper. Because my 7-foot tree, when I tried to do the big tree topper, it was smacking against the ceiling. So we went with a shorter tree so that we could have a lot more foof up in the top. Now, got these greenery picks. And I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to use these. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the berries, and we'll see how those look. I might add them in if I feel like it needs a little something extra, but I'm thinking I just kind of want to put some berries in here. Kind of mix them around. I'm just going back inside of the picks that are already in there to kind of help hold them. Let's catch it. And I'm going to kind of spread these out a little bit more. Once I get them kind of where I want them, I'm going to step down and take a look at it. No, I'm not liking that. I'm not liking it. I don't know why, but it's not looking right. Let me try it again here. Really, it's just a matter of playing with it. And the reason why I'm not liking it is because when I stepped back and looked, it looked like all my pieces were really far out, away from the center of the tree. It was really wide. I don't want it to look that wide. I want them to be in a lot tighter to the center of the tree. And I'm thinking these I might have them hang out with a little bit more of a curve to them. We're going to kind of curve them like that. And we'll see how that looks. I'm going to try to keep them in tight with the rest. And I just kind of have them spilling out. So I want to give these kind of a curve. And these I've already fluffed. You want to make sure that you kind of spread these berries out. You want them to have the maximum impact that you can get, you know. That one we're going to put, I want these berries to be kind of lower, I think. Kind of coming out around the other twigs. So that's looking a little bit better. They're in a little bit tighter. You know, I didn't want them, I wanted them kind of snug into each other. And then I'm gonna fix these bows, I think. Like I said, I have 3 and they're just tied on here with the chenille ties. But I want them to be higher and tighter to my topper than where they are now. They're down too low. So we're going to take this one and this one we're going to snug right in here. We're going to wrap that around that little branch. We want them all to look like just one big looped bow all the way around. So I want to make sure that your tails that are back behind, and these are just funky bows, just regular funky bows, and you want to intertwine your tails in each side so that it looks like it flows together. And then I'll get to work on that other bow here in a minute. Now that we got that part done, I might come back later and add a little something more to the top, but I don't want to overdo it. So I think that's pretty, just a little bit of the red with the white. And now we're gonna come down a little farther and I'm gonna start working. I'm gonna pull you guys back a little bit. We're gonna start working on this down here. I did take some of the ornaments that I have brown ornaments and red and gold. And I bundled them with wire, put 3 to a bundle, because these ornaments just by themselves look really small, and this kind of gives more of an impact. And I seen Joe Cinque, I think is how you say his name. He does this to his, and it's beautiful. So I thought I'd try it with this, just to kind of give it a bigger impact in places. I've got a whole bunch that I've done down here that I'm going to be putting around the tree. But before we get started on that, I want to start working on this ribbon. I have my scissors over here. And basically I'm just going to drop this ribbon down here, and I want to take and I want to fold it like this, like that. And then I'm going to fold it again so that it's all meeting right here. And it's just kind of, you know, laid back and forth basically is what you do, like that. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to pinch it in here, and I just have 2, and it just makes 2 little loops kind of like that, and then my tail's going to come off. And this is what I'm going to be running around through the tree. I have just some floral wire right here, and I'm going to use that to tie off the loops on this ribbon. I'm trying to hold all this in my hand and cut the wire too. So I'm just going to take this wire, and I know it's hard to see it, and I'm going to pull it around to the back like that, and I'm going to pinch all that, and I'm just going to twist it. And I'm just going to get that ribbon tight. And as you can see, it's all just kind of folded. There's the ends of it right there. You want to make sure that you go up enough to grab a hold of that. And then you'll take your wire. My pieces are wrapped together. And use your wire to attach it to your tree. So we're going to start right here. Where'd my other wire go? And I want to take this ribbon, I want it deep in my tree. I want it to be looking like it's coming from the inside out here and there. I want them to go this way. And then I'm going to come down and I'm going to pinch it. And I'm going to pull that deep inside my tree. And then I'm going to grab a branch and I'm going to wrap that around, if I can find a branch back in there. Now, I'm kind of just doing it randomly. There is no rhyme and reason, because I just want it to look random on my tree. I guess that's the best way I could explain it. Okay. Now, let's see if you guys can kind of see that whole thing. And we kind of got ribbons going kind of here and there and everywhere. And like I said, I wanted it to look more random than in a set pattern. I know it's kind of hard to tell in this. Let's come back closer. Maybe you guys can see a little bit better. So I'm thinking what I'll go ahead and do is I'm going to start adding some of those ornaments that I did kind of group together. And I got a bunch sitting down over here like this, just different ones. But honestly, these, I want to pull them in deep into the tree. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these cluster ornaments on, and once I get that done, I'll come back. Be right back. Hey everyone. Well, I had to make some changes. I finished the ribbon, and then I got putting the ornaments on there, and I just wasn't liking the look of it. I didn't like that ribbon just being like that. So I come back in with some red ribbon. I got this from Menards yesterday, and it's kind of a true red with a darker red and holly berries on it, and it just really stands out against that tree. And I wasn't liking the bows across the top either, so I took those off and I added a couple different little things up in the top. I put a couple pieces of greenery and a couple pieces of flock stuff in there. I'm going to take some more of this and some of the other stuff. It really needs a little bit more red on there, so I'm going to run a little bit more red in there. And I got all like my ornament clusters are on here, and then I'll just go back in with my single ornaments and my bigger ones. And hopefully this tree will be finished. It's a process, you know, doing these trees. You mess with it and you step back and you look and you're like, no, I don't like that, I want to change that. So it does take a while, and I don't want this video to be, you know, 3 hours long, because that's about how long it'll take me to do this tree start to finish. Let me get some more of this red in with the brown, and it needs a little bit red right there to kind of tie into the topper, and then I can get the ornaments on and we should be done. So I'll get that done and we'll be right back. Well, I'm back, and I just kind of wanted to give you guys an overall view of the tree. I went ahead and got all the ornaments on there. I did add a few picks and things, and I think it's done. So I'll show you the top up here. We have just picks, and this is one of those little dollar signs from Walmart that I stuck up in there. I thought that was kind of cute. And then you can tell adding the red ribbon just really kind of made it pop and stand out. And then I did add some red poinsettias in there as well, and all the ornaments just kind of shoved in here and there. There's a lot of brown and red and gold on this tree, and like I said, it's kind of in the more woodsy colors. So I picked up some of those yesterday, the little crosses from Menards. They were like 5 for $1 in a little pack. I thought they were pretty in the gold. And down here we just have the big star from the Dollar Tree. There's a couple little picks like that in the red, just to kind of bring a little bit more red into it. And I have my tree skirt down there at the bottom. It's getting late and I was wanting to get it finished, so I'm sorry I didn't get more video of me putting the ornaments on, which really is kind of boring to watch. Anyway, so this is my bedroom tree, and I did take one of the funky bows that I made, and I ended up not using on the tree. I used it over here on top of my dresser, and I just added it on that lantern. So, and I have just a couple little Santa things sitting down there. Down here on the floor is a little sleigh with my gnome and reindeer. I got some gnomes in here. So here's the bedroom tree, like that. That's all I have for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and hope it inspired you in your Christmas tree decorating. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.